location at Qualia Coffee Roasters at their newest location in the Eckington neighborhood of Washington, D.C. We are privileged to have the owner, head roaster, head man in charge,
Roast Monkey,
Joel Finkelstein, with us to talk about a few things today. So, Joel, to get started, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the coffee business.
Well, I did not start out in the coffee business.
Okay.
I had a different career before. I was actually a reporter, so for many years. So about 10 years ago, when there wasn't really much in DC in terms of good coffee, I started getting interested in coffee and started researching it and started roasting at home. Eventually, I got to the point where I was working 7 days a week doing my day job and doing the roasting business on the weekends, and it was time to put up or shut up. I thought of myself as a roaster. That's what I wanted to do, was roast coffee, and not really do a coffee shop initially. If you're just selling beans, you just have this very narrow market.
Right.
If you are brewing coffee, you have a much wider market, and then you also have the ability to kind of show people what it's supposed to taste like. Even if you feel that good coffee is elitist, or that it's sort of you don't want to fall into that trap of being snobby about coffee. The reality is the price of coffee on the market is very low, and it doesn't really support farmers in other countries. And paying a little bit more for coffee, you get a much better, much higher quality product, and you help people thrive.
For your shops, you're tasting a lot of roasts and everything.
Yeah.
What's the process, how do you decide what gets in?
Our process has actually changed a lot, but one of the things that makes us really unique in the market is that we do an enormous amount of sampling. We just source from a very wide selection of importers, because we're always looking for something new, something interesting, something unique, and you don't know where you're going to find that. The more selective you can be, the more precise you can be about your selection of coffees, you're going to have access to some coffees that just aren't otherwise available. Every week we cup anywhere from 4 to 12 different samples, and a lot of small roasters like us just don't have that ability. And then large roasters need a certain volume of coffee to make it worth their while, and so they don't have access to the small farms that we do.
As it pertains to roasting, do you think it is more art or more science, blend of the two?
Yeah, definitely a blend. I mean, I have a science background, so I did study physics and mathematics.
Okay.
We roast manually, so everything's done manually. We have electronically controlled roasters, so we can be very precise. Well, the way I think of it is, we have a signature, so each roaster has kind of a signature, and what that does is that changes the balance and acidity of the coffee. Once you're within that signature, then we're trying to develop the complexity of the coffee.
Okay.
So each coffee should taste different based on more of the subtle notes, the actual flavors that you're tasting, whereas acidity and body are kind of going to be similar.
About the same. You see this, they're excited, they want to come out to Qualia, visit, they buy some coffee. What are some common mistakes they make when they take home a bag of fresh coffee? Some things they can do to make sure they have a...
Right. I mean, the biggest mistake, of course, is having us grind it for you.
Right.
I know when I started, I was like, I'm not going to grind it in coffee. We'll just sell whole beans, which is crazy. But you kind of have to bring people around to that understanding. So that's why the value of brewing coffee, brewing everything by the cup.
Right.
We can kind of expose people to what the coffee should taste like. Definitely grinding. I mean, I think you have a lot of flexibility if you have fresh coffee. If you're accessing fresh coffee, it gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of what you do.
Right.
But grinding right before you brew it is really essential to sort of preserving the coffee. So if you can wait to grind it right before you brew it, you're really going to kind of preserve more of that natural protection that the coffee has.
Right.
Besides that, I mean, water temperature is essential. Filtered water, you don't want to use distilled water or tap water.
You need those minerals.
You need the right mineral content.
Right.
Good water, good temperature, and then fresh beans. I think if you have that in place, then a lot of the other things are kind of negotiable.
I understand you sell through the website, you've got the shop, and you have a subscription service. Can you talk a little bit about how people can get into trying out some of your...
Yeah. So we have everything's available a la carte on our website, QualiaCoffeeRoasters.com, which you've been to.
Yep.
We also, if you go to our other website, which is just QualiaCoffee.com, We have a subscription service that's like a roaster's choice.
Right.
We'll send out 2 bags, 20 ounces of coffee, two 10-ounce bags of coffee every 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's a pretty good deal. It's like
it is.
$53 a month.
Yeah.
You get 26 orders a year. So it's a good, it's nice. It's a pretty good bargain. And I mean, you have to kind of be open to new coffees, but you get a variety of coffees.
Wide variety of coffees. Yeah, tasted by the roasters themselves. But we're going to put links to all of Qualia's websites and how to order their coffee down below in the description. Also on Twitter and on IG. Please click that like button and follow. Joel, I appreciate you, sir.
Thanks.
Yes. Thanks for taking the time. And if you guys haven't been out to visit one of their shops in either Petworth or the Eppington location, please come out and try it. Yeah, so that's it for this episode of Kings of Coffee. Thanks for hanging out with us. And until next time, peace.